Greetings, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC. It is Sunday, late afternoon, crisp day here in the Pacific Northwest. Pretty uneventful, Spurs-wise. I watched the Manchester Derby this morning and enjoyed that. I pretty much, even though I wouldn't have minded City losing. From a fantasy perspective, I pretty much, went entirely with players from them for a couple things I was doing. Holland, had a really good game for a change. Ended up with, by his standards, I would say. It seems like, when Rodri was out, he was, kind of struggled a bit. And but anyway, today he had 2 goals and assist. Looked good. Had it, he actually close to a hat trick. He had a couple very close moments, but overall, City, and interestingly, City doesn't look as strong to me as they had, usually over the years. Now, obviously, they do have a tendency to start slow and then they finish super strong. But without De Bruyne and some of the guys that they that left, like Gundogan and a few others, they're not quite where they have been. Now, does that mean they won't get there by the end of the year? No, I would fully expect them to. That's their track record. But the I think this is the kind of season where other teams like Arsenal, Tottenham, have as good a shot at them as any right now. And will they be able to capitalize? Probably odds are against it, but there is that, crack in the door of possibility. So, anyway, our United did not impress me at all. They seemed kind of disorganized most of the time, and even when they were able to kind of counter and put together an attack, it was pretty hapless ultimately. Rasmus Højlund kind of screwed up and let City get the immediate lead with the foul on Holland. Or no, it wasn't on Holland. It was on Rodri, actually. It's the kind of play that often goes uncalled. But he did hold him by the letter of the law. It was a foul in the box. So, So anyway, United definitely has issues. I did think Onana looked. I think he's coming around in goal, so that's got to be encouraging for them. But it's the dynamics of that team right now are not good. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of their season plays out. Particularly, they still got Champions League stuff going on, and if they don't qualify in the group, which I think they're kind of in danger of not qualifying, then I guess they'll still continue in the into the Europa League. But interesting situation for them. On a related note to from a Spurs perspective, I saw a couple mentions of us being linked to Jadon Sanchez, who's basically on the out with United right now, and that, to me, that's more an indictment of United than of him. He was a quality player at Dortmund. He's a good player. We have seen with our own players how bad management can kill good players. Basuma coming to mind is immediate. So if we could get a good deal on Jadon Sanchez, or Sancho, I should say, get his name right, I'm all for it. He's a good player. I think he would probably thrive under Ange, actually. And yeah, so I have to think he would be kind of interested in us. We're doing well. Our wings are in need of bolstering, and there's opportunity there. Beyond that, there have been a few other random links that I saw today. There continues to be the discussion about high-priced strikers like Feyenoord's Jimenez. Now they're talking about Madrid being able to spend like 100 million euros or something like that. I just don't see any way that we splash that kind of money at this point under Ange. I think we'll go the cheap route. We'll stick with Sonny probably for a couple more years, really, and hopefully we can kind of ease someone into that role. But I just don't see splashing a huge payday on a supposed top striker. I think that ends up, if they aren't like the strikers that are really worth that much money, it's just are few and far between, and ultimately it's going to end up being putting a lot of pressure on the club and the player. If you pay as much as the transfer market into the Premier League seems to be for some of those type of players, even Richie at 60 million pounds, has kind of been a burden hanging over his neck and ours, and of course we've seen that with our favorite Tanguy and Ndombele. When you spend a lot on a player that is not fully proven, and there just are not that many that are fully proven, inevitably there can be issues. So I don't think that's likely. Another unlikely transfer rumor I heard today was if Toni Kroos doesn't get a new contract with Madrid, which I'd be inclined to guess he probably won't. He's 33 now, and they've got to be looking to continue to get a little younger in some of those spots. Anyway, he's looking at the Premier League as a destination he'd be interested in going to, and of course, with Tottenham being a top team, he could see going our way. But at his age, I just don't think, as good a player as he is, I don't think he fits our profile anymore. I just don't think bringing in established players is probably the way. So at any rate, thanks for tuning in. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoy these. And remember, to dare is to do.